Just to introduce you to the concept of the Greate Debate final, it's been running for about 10 years now. The English department and the RE department work together. So in English, in their Year 9 lessons, they study how to write speeches and persuasive techniques. And in their religious studies lesson, they learn all about moral issues and religious teachings and how moral issues affect religious people's lives. It's quite a thorough process to get to tonight's final because each teaching group for English then have to present their speeches. The top speeches for each teaching group then go through to a semi-final, which is judged in the library. So they get judged, and then you end up with the finalists here tonight. So to get through to this stage is a really big achievement in itself.
Animal rights and animal cruelty. Animal rights, also known as animal liberation, is the idea that non-human animals should be afforded the same consideration as human beings. The debate about killing animals is always ongoing, but the question is, do you agree? I personally don't agree with some of the reasons that people kill animals, such as cosmetic surgery, hunting, and even for fashion. Although humans are at the top of the food chain, I still think it isn't acceptable to kill animals for human benefits unless it's for food or to cure human illnesses such as cancer. Many religions think some animals are sacred, and if they are to kill them, they must do it in a certain way. If you are Jewish, you cannot eat meat unless it's kosher. This is a method where you slit the throat of the animal. It is thought to be the quickest and least painful death. The Hindu religion does not believe in killing animals, and it is thought to be bad karma. Another word for this is reincarnation, which means they are vegetarian and do not want to eat another soul. Christians believe in dominion, which means they think killing an animal is acceptable if it is for human benefits or for food. There are many arguments about killing animals. One I am going to discuss is hunting. Hunting with dogs was banned in 2004, but many people, including the royal family, still enjoy shooting deer, pheasants and other animals on their land. I think it's acceptable in some parts of the world to hunt animals. For example, if you are an Eskimo and you rely on animals for food and for clothes as you don't have many resources. You need animal fur to survive in the Arctic conditions. However, if you live in England or a more developed country, I think it is unacceptable to hunt animals as they always have the resources to find food without hunting. Hunting has been banned in the UK, and Muslims will agree with this because they believe that it is cruel. Sometimes farmers have to kill animals to protect their own animals. This is understandable, and I think it is acceptable. Another argument is testing makeup and spray such as deodorant and perfume on animals. Either way, if the spray is harmless or not, the animal will suffer. Many Christians and Muslims believe that it is wrong to test products on animals as it is only for human vanity, which is not a serious matter and not something that we need to survive. On the other hand, Christians and Muslims think it is acceptable to use animals for medical reasons, which brings me on to my next argument. I personally agree with using animals for tested medical reasons as it could save human lives and save the human race from dying out. Testing on chimpanzees, which is now illegal in the UK, has helped over 20,000 Parkinson's disease sufferers to lead normal lives through the development of the brain pacemaker. Another concern is battery farming. Some people think it's right, whereas some people think it's wrong. Battery farming is where chickens and other animals are placed in small cages all their lives just to lay eggs. Battery chickens live in very cramped conditions and often suffer health problems as a result. However, if all chickens had to be organic and free-range, then meat and eggs would be very expensive. You can buy free-range eggs that come from chickens that are allowed to roam freely, but these will cost you a lot more in a supermarket. But if they're not free-range, they're most likely from a battery farm. Some say it's cruel and that they should have the right to roam freely, but others think it's more productive and that without it we will be short of eggs as the free-range process takes a lot longer. 50 to 70% of people in the UK are opposed to hunting foxes for sport, and yet only 3 to 5% of people in the UK are vegetarians. Only 1 in 200 people do not eat any animal products at all, and more Americans have household pets than children. We spend more money on pet food than baby food. And did you know that there are more dogs in the US than people in most countries in Europe? In conclusion, I believe that animals should have more rights as they are part of Earth and nature. I think it is unfair that humans take advantage of animals because there is nothing the animal can do. I think it is acceptable to sacrifice an animal's life to help save humans. However, on the other hand, I think it is wrong to use them for human vanity and pleasure. I also think it is not fair that some animals are stuffed in small cages all their lives and they should have more space and should be allowed to have some more freedom, even if it's only once a day. Hunting animals is a tricky one, as I personally think it's acceptable in some countries as they need to survive, but if someone does it for fun or sport,